Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Dear students, welcome back to biology online classes. The chapter what we are discussing under CET and NEET is the human reproduction. So in the previous class we have discussed around 15 questions under worksheet number 2. We will start with the question number 16 in today's session. Okay, I will read out the question for you. Fertilization in human beings occurs in 1. Isthmus to ampullary isthmic junction. You strike off the isthmic junction and you only retain the ampulla because it is not in ampullary isthmic junction, it takes place in the ampulla itself. So that is the right answer. That is fertilization takes place in the ampulla, not in the ampullary isthmic junction. Third one is uterus is wrong, infundibulum is also wrong. Next, question number 17. Why it is scientifically correct to say that the sex of the baby is determined by the father and not by the mother? Yeah, because human female produces two types of gametes. Human male produces one type of gametes. Human female is XX, whereas the human male is XY. It means 50% of the sperms carry the X chromosome, and while other 50% carry the Y chromosome. So all of these, fourth one is the all of these. So scientifically correct to say that sex of the baby is determined by the father, not by the mother, because human female is having X and X chromosome and human male is having X and Y chromosome. So 50% of the male gametes carry X chromosome and 50% of the male gamete will carry the Y chromosome. So that is the right option. Option is 3. Okay, next question number 18. In human female, the blastocyst is, what is the meaning of blastocyst? The mammalian blastula, it is called as blastocyst. Okay, so it gets implanted in the endometrium by the trophoblast cell or trophoectoderm cells. So the right option is the option 3. See, the first option forms the placenta even before implantation. That is wrong. So placenta is formed at the later stage after the implantation, then gets implanted in the uterus 3 days after the ovulation. That is also wrong. Okay, gets implanted after the 7 days, 6 to 7 days of around 7 days of fertilization. Then question number 4 says the trophoblast cells get differentiated as the embryo. No, the embryonic mass or the extraembryonic knob that gets differentiated into the embryo. So the right option is the option 3. After implantation, chorionic villi and the uterine tissue becomes integrated or interdigitate with each other, and then jointly they forms a structure called as the placenta. So blastocyst gets implanted into the uterus after 7 days after the fertilization, and inner cell mass get differentiated into the embryo. Let's move to question number 19. Trophoblast is not involved in the formation of trophoblast, protective and trophic membrane. It is then fetal portion of the placenta. It is a chorionic villi, but the body of the developing embryo is formed by the inner cell mass. So that is the option 3. Next, question number 20. Placenta acts as an endocrine tissue and produces several hormones like A. Human chorionic gonadotrophin HCG, B. Human placental lactogen HPL, C. Estrogens, D. progesterones. What is the answer? All these 4 are produced by the placenta. That is A, B, C and D. Right option is 4. HCG and HPL are exclusively produced by the placenta. HCG is functionally similar to that of LH. So what is HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin? It is a proteinaceous hormone. So it begins to produce in very large amount during the early pregnancy. So it is biologically similar to that of LH, luteinizing hormone. So luteinizing hormone responsible, it is produced inside the ovary, and it is responsible for the rupture of the Graafian follicle, mature follicle, and responsible for the process of ovulation, which takes place on the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. HCG primary role is to keep the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is functioning, and the corpus luteum continuously will secrete the hormone, that is the female pregnancy hormone, that is progesterone as well as the estrogen. But if there is no pregnancy, then the level of these hormones will come down, and the corpus luteum will change into a scar, that is called as the corpus albicans. Then question number 21, which of the following groups of hormones are produced in women only during the pregnancy? Pregnancy ಇರುವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯಾವುದು? SCG, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು HPL, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, so human placental lactogen, that means they have lactogenic properties, so thus supporting prolactin from mother's pituitary during the pregnancy. Okay, then HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, stimulates the corpus luteum of the pregnancy to continuous secretion of the progesterone hormone. Then relaxin is secreted by the corpus luteum in the ovary and facilitate the parturition or the childbirth by softening the connective tissue of pubic symphysis. Then question number 22, immediately after the implantation, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm of the embryo is formed from. It is formed from the embryoblast. It is the name given for the inner cell mass, that is option 3. Option 3. Now, if you see the trophoblast, that is the outermost layer of the fertilized egg, that is the outermost layer of the blastocyst mammalian blastula, isn't it? So trophoblast contains outer layer, that is called as syncytotrophoblast, and it contains the inner layer, and that is called as cytotrophoblast. So outer layer it is called as syncytotrophoblast, and the inner layer is called as cytotrophoblast. Next, question number 23, the stem cells which have potency to give rise to all tissues and organs are formed from. Stem cells are formed from inner cell mass. So these stem cells have the potency, have the ability to give rise to the all tissues and organs, okay, which are formed from the inner cell mass or the extra embryonic knob. Then you are already familiar with the trophoblast. Umbilical cord, which is the cord which connects the embryo with the mother, that is the umbilical cord. Placenta is a biological connection between the fetal tissue and the maternal tissue for the exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen, also for the exchange of nutrients and removal of waste material. Let's move to question number 24. Fetal ejection reflex in human female is induced by. Fetal ejection reflex, you have already heard about this. It is induced by fully developed fetus and placenta, that is option 3. So the signals for the parturition, that means for the childbirth, it originates from the fully developed fetus and the placenta, which induce mild uterine contractions called as fetal ejection reflex. So this triggers the release of the hormone called as oxytocin from the maternal pituitary. Then question number 25, signals from fully developed fetus and placenta ultimately lead to the parturition, which requires the release of which hormone? Oxytocin from the maternal pituitary, option 2. So oxytocin, it causes the uterine contraction which leading to the childbirth. So relaxin is ovarian hormone and it is released from the corpus luteum. Next, I will give some home assignment questions for you from section B. A few questions let me discuss. That is question number 1. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on its inner side by two types of cells A and B. Which of the following options is correct with respect to the type of cell and its function? Male germ cells undergo meiotic division and Sertoli cells provide nutrition to the germ cells. That is the right option. So spermatogonia are the male germ cells, correct? Spermatogonia undergo mitosis, that is correct. Sertoli cells secrete testicular hormones, but Sertoli cells which gives nourishment to the developing sperms. Male germ cells leading to the sperm formation, correct. Leydig cells secretes the androgen. Male germ cells leading to sperm formation. Leydig cells are found outside the seminiferous tubules. Leydig cells found outside the seminiferous tubules. Okay, it is not inside. Next, question number 4, option 4. Sertoli cells provide nutrition to the germ cells, correct. Leydig cells secrete inhibin, but Leydig cell secretes what? They secretes the androgens. Okay. Next, coming to question number 2. Which of the following is a set of male accessory ducts? ಯಾವುದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ accessory ducts? You have to tell me. 1. Rete testis. 2. Vas efferentia. 3. Tubuli recti means vas efferentia. Next, rete testis, vas efferentia, then comes the epididymis, then comes the vas deferens. So option 2 is the right option. 3. Epididymis, ejaculatory duct and urethra is not the right one. Urethra is the urethra is nothing but the ejaculatory duct. Next, 4th one, seminiferous tubules. No, it is the essential sex organ, primary sex organ. It is not the accessory duct. So male accessory ducts, they include rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens. Next, question number 3. Trace the correct path of movement of the sperm up to urethra. First comes seminiferous tubules, then comes rete testis, then comes vasa efferentia, then comes the epididymis, then comes the vas deferens, then comes the ejaculatory duct and then last comes the urethra. So the right option is the option 3. Question number 4. Given below is a diagrammatic sketch of a portion of human male reproductive system. Which of the following parts contribute to the maximum portion of the semen? That is option B. What is that? Seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicles contribute to the major portion of the ejaculate. C is the prostate gland, D is the bulbourethral gland, A is the vas deferens. Okay. Next, coming to question number 5. Which of the following depicts the site of implantation of blastocyst under the normal condition? That is endometrium of the uterus, option 3. Number 2 is the myometrium. Number 3 is the infundibulum. Number 4 is the fimbriae, the finger-like structures which pick up the ovum from the ovary. Then number 5 is the cervical canal and number 6 is the vagina. Then which of the following is incorrect match? Myometrium exhibits strong contraction during delivery of the baby, that is correct. Endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during the menstrual cycle. That is also correct. 3. Perimetrium serosa of the uterus. That is also correct, outermost layer. Then uterus is not the birth canal. The cavity of the cervix is called as the cervical canal. Cervical canal plus vagina, that makes the birth canal. Question number 7. Which of the following is the correct match about the female external genitalia and their functions? ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನೈಟೇಲಿಯಾಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. Mons pubis, cushion of fatty tissue covered by skin and pubic hair and surround the vaginal orifice. Labia majora, fleshy folds of tissue which extend down from the mons pubis and surrounds the vaginal opening. That is the correct answer. So that is labia majora. Labia minora, paired folds of tissue under the labia majora, homologous to scrotum in males. That is clitoris is homologous to penis. Okay. So clitoris, it is given a tiny finger-like structure which lies at the upper junction of the two labia minora above the urethral opening. It is an analogous to the penis in males. So labia majora surrounds the vagina and are homologous to scrotum, not labia minora. Okay. Labia majora, it surrounds the vaginal opening and are homologous to the scrotum, not the labia minora. So option 2 is the right option. Next, the mammary glands are paired structures that contain the glandular tissue and variable amount of the fat. The correct sequence of tissues involved in the synthesis and flow of milk are: first comes the mammary lobes, then comes the mammary alveoli, then comes the mammary duct, then the mammary ampulla, and finally the lactiferous duct. That is the option 2 is the right option. Study the flow chart given below. Name the hormones labeled as A, B, C and D at each stage. So here A is gonadotrophic releasing hormone which is secreted from the hypothalamus region of the brain. Then comes the pituitary which secretes LH and FSH. LH means luteinizing hormone which acts on the Leydig cells and secretes the testosterone, whereas FSH they act on the Sertoli cells and secretes the hormone inhibin. So GnRH means these are nothing but the gonadotropin releasing hormones. Is a hypothalamic hormone which acts on the anterior pituitary, not on the posterior pituitary. It acts on the anterior pituitary to secretes the gonadotropins, that is FSH follicle stimulating hormone and LH, that is the luteinizing hormone. So LH acts at the Leydig cells and stimulates the synthesis and the secretion of the androgens, and FSH they acts on the Sertoli cells, nerve cells, and stimulates some factors which helps in the process of spermiogenesis. Helps for the process of spermiogenesis. Okay, next coming to question number 10. Given below are 4 statements A to D, each with 1 or 2 blanks. Select the option which correctly fill up the blanks in the 2 statements. A. The human male ejaculates about dash millions of sperms. About 200 to 300 millions of sperms during the coitus, out of which for normal fertility at least dash percent is required. At least 40% sperms must have normal shape and size. Okay. Then B, primary spermatocyte completes the first meiotic division leading to the formation of two equal haploid cells called as secondary spermatocytes. Then spermatogenesis starts at the age of puberty due to significant increase in the secretion of GnRH, a hypothalamic hormone. Then oogenesis is initiated during the embryonic development, and at puberty only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. Rest all gets degenerate. So right answer is the answer 3. Answer 3. So 4 statements A to D is given, each with the 1 or 2 blanks. Select the options which correctly fill up the blanks in the 2 statements. Okay, see the first option. The human male ejaculates about 200 to 300 millions of sperms, that is correct, during a coitus, out of which for normal healthy person at least 60% of the sperm must have normal shape and size. It is not 40. Okay. So there is option 40 in both 1 and 2. So that is incorrect. Then see the option 4. A primary spermatocyte completes first meiosis ಆಗಬೇಕು, leading to the formation of two equal haploid cells called as secondary spermatocytes. So option 3 gives all the correct answer. Option 3 gives all the correct answers. Okay, next, which of the following labeled parts produce the energy for the movement of the tail that facilitate the sperm motility essential for the fertilization? Sperm movement ಯಾವುದು help ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? A is nothing but the acrosome, as enzymes that helps in the fertilization. Then B is the nucleus, it is the chromosomal material. C here is the middle piece having mitochondria and serves as the energy source for swimming, that is the right option. D is the tail which helps for the motility. Okay, then question number 12. The given figure below depicts the diagrammatic sectional view of the ovary. Which one of the set of the 3 parts of 1 to 6 are correctly identified? 1 to 6 are correctly identified. 1 is the primary follicle, 2 is the tertiary follicle, 3 is the Graafian follicle, 4 is the secondary oocyte, 5th is the corpus luteum. So the correct option which matches 6th is the secondary follicle. 6th is the secondary follicle. 1 is the primary follicle, 2nd is the tertiary follicle showing antrum, 3rd is the Graafian follicle, 4th is the ovum or the secondary oocyte, 5th is the corpus luteum, 6th is the secondary follicle. So primary oocyte with the tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its first meiotic division. So the right option is the answer 3. Next, which of the following is the incorrect match of the events occurring during the menstrual cycle? Incorrect ಯಾವುದು? Menstruation, breakdown of endometrium and ovum not fertilized, that is correct. Ovulation, LH and FH attain peak level, that is also correct. Proliferative phase is the rapid regeneration of endometrium and maturation of Graafian follicle, that is also correct. But the incorrect match is development of corpus luteum, follicular phase ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, and increased secretion of progesterone. But development of the corpus luteum occurs at the luteal or the secretory phase, not at the follicular phase. So that is the incorrect option. Next we will move to question number 14. Identify the hormones that are secreted in large amount prior to the ovulation. Which hormone is produced in large amount before the ovulation? Yes, that is LH. LH surge, isn't it? Then also estrogen, progesterone. Okay, identify the hormones that are secreted in large amount prior to the ovulation. That is, just before the ovulation, the large amount of LH, then FSH as well as estrogen. Then once the LH goes peaks, the ovulation takes place by rupturing of the Graafian follicle. Then the level of progesterone will increase. Estrogen is also increased, but FSH starts to increase and LH starts to decrease. Okay, so the right option is A, B, C, A, B and C only, that is option 3. Let's move to question number 15. Why do all copulations not lead to fertilization and pregnancy? The root cause is due to numerous sperms and one ovum, due to less progesterone. C, ovum and sperms are not transported simultaneously to the not ampullary junction, make it correct, due to the non-formation of the corpus luteum. Yes, you are correct, option 3. Yeah, see, the lifespan of the sperm in male reproductive tract is only for few weeks, only for few days. So, lifespan of the sperm in the female reproductive tract, say, male reproductive tract is only few weeks, but in the female reproductive tract, say, for about 48 hours to 72 hours, that is for, say, about 2 to 3 days only. Then viability of the secondary oocyte, that is the ovum, after its release is for 24 hours only. So, both must be viable for fertilization to occur. That means sperm as well as the ovum must be viable for the fertilization to occur. Next, question number 16. What induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte? The entry of the sperm into the cytoplasm of the ovum through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. The right option is the answer 2. Okay. Next, question number 17. Following the diagram, see, in the question number 16, the secretions of the acrosome, that is the cap-shaped structure which is present above the nucleus, helps the sperm enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. So, this induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. Then following is the diagram of an ovum surrounded by few sperms. Which of the following option is correct for the labeled parts A, B and C? A is the zona pellucida, B is the corona radiata and D is the perivitelline space. C is the perivitelline space. Okay. So, what is the perivitelline space? Say, suppose this is the plasma membrane of the ovum and this is the zona pellucida. So, there is a space here. This space is called as the perivitelline space. Perivitelline space. Got it? Next, question number 18. Identify the stages A and B and what is the correct labeling of C and D. You have to identify the stages A and B and then what is the correct labeling of C and D. So, A is nothing but the morula. Blastomeres in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer called as the trophoblast and an inner group of cells attached to the trophoblast called as the inner cell mass. So, that is the right answer. So, C is the trophoblast, D is the inner cell mass, A is the morula and B is the blastula. Morula is the stage after the fertilization where there are presence of 18 to 16 blastomere cell stage. Then later the morula will change into a structure called as blastocyst. The mammalian blastula is called as the blastocyst which encloses the cavity, that is called as the blastocele, and the outermost cell is called as the trophoblast or trophoectoderm, and the inner mass of cells which are having stem cells which can give any part of the embryo, that is called as the inner cell mass or embryonic knob. Next, question number 19. The first sign of the growing fetus may be noticed by listening to the heart sound carefully through the stethoscope. Embryo's heart is formed after 1 month of pregnancy, that is option 3. Question number 20. In human beings, pregnancy lasts for 9 months. The gestation period of dog, elephant, cat and cow is given below. Which of the following is a wrong match? Dog 60 to 65 days correct. Elephant it is 607 to 641 days also correct. Cat it is 52 to 65 days also correct. But cow is not 330 to 345 days. Cow's gestation period is around 279 to 292 days. How many? 279 to 292 days. That is the gestation period of cow. Okay, let's move to question number 21. Question number 21. Okay, which of the following decidual layer forms a partition between developing embryo and the lumen at the uterus? Decidua basalis, Decidua parietalis, Decidua capsularis, contra decidua. Now, the modified portion of the endometrium of the uterus, upon implantation, it is called as the decidua. So, it sheds when the fetus is developed. This decidua gets sheds when the fetus is fully developed. So, decidua basalis, it is the part underlying the chorionic villi in case of fetus and overlying the myometrium, the middle layer of the uterus. Then decidua parietalis, it is a decidua vira, it is also called as decidua vira, and it is the part that lines the uterus at places other than the site of attachment of the embryo. So the right option is the decidua capsularis. It is the decidual layer forms a partition between developing embryo and the lumen at the uterus. Then contra deciduate, it is that animal in which even the fetal part of placenta is retained and gets absorbed to provide the nourishment. That is, example is case of talpa. It's a male, talpa male. So not a very important question because it is out of NCERT syllabus. So which of the following decidual layer forms the partition between the developing embryo and the lumen of the uterus? That is the decidua capsularis. Then question number 22, which of the following is not correct statement about the umbilical cord? It connects the placenta to the embryo, connects the placenta to the embryo, that is correct. It helps in the transport of substances to and from the embryo, that is also correct. It produces several hormones like HPL, estrogen and progesterone, it is also wrong. Umbilical cord is not an endocrine structure, so this will not secrete any hormone. Then it has 100% of the fetal blood, that is also correct. Number 23, sometimes the labor pain during the delivery are less and uterine contractions have to be induced. What do you think the doctors inject to facilitate the delivery? They inject oxytocin, which is called as the birth hormone, and pyotocin, oxytocin also called as pitocin, and it is also milk ejecting hormone. It is also a milk ejecting hormone. Let's move to question number 24. Which of the following is not the function of the Sertoli cells? What is another name for the Sertoli cells? It is sustentacular cells. So, which of the following is not the function of the Sertoli cells? Secretion of testosterone, that is a function of Leydig cells. Leydig cells are also called as interstitial cells. They secrete the testosterone on getting stimulated by the LH or ICSH, means interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Release of androgen binding protein, that is correct. Release of anti-Mullerian factor, it's also correct. Regulate the spermatogenesis by releasing the hormone inhibin, that is also correct. Next, question number 25. If both the ovaries are removed from the pregnant human female in first trimester of pregnancy, then it will lead to abortion. Okay. In first trimester, corpus luteum is required for the production of the hormone progesterone, the pregnancy hormone. However, after the first trimester, placenta secretes sufficient progesterone. ಓಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ 3 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಮ್ ಬೇಕು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಸ್ಟಿರಾನ್ ಸೆಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ನಂತರ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್. Now once again these questions we already discussed. Decidua which takes part in the formation of the maternal portion of the placenta is Decidua basalis, which lies under the chorionic villi and over the myometrium, that is Decidua basalis. Decidua parietalis means it's also called as a Decidua vera. Part lines the uterus at places other than the site of attachment of the embryo. That is Decidua capsularis means the decidual layer forms a partition between the developing embryo and the lumen at the uterus. But the decidua which takes part in the formation of the maternal portion of the placenta is nothing but the Decidua basalis. Chorion is the extraembryonic membrane of the fetus, which takes part in the formation of a placenta. Next, question number 27. The minimum number of barriers present between the fetal and the maternal blood is present in which type of the placenta? So these are the different types of placenta. This is not there for your syllabus. You don't have to worry much about that. So what is there in the NCERT, you stick on to those points. Okay. So the few questions I will give as home assignment for you. So with this we have completed the second worksheet of the chapter human reproduction, and in the next session let me start with the new topic, that is the reproductive health. So students, take down all the important points which I have written on the board, as well as take down my lecture notes. And students, thank you for watching the video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.